There she is.
I have to
What?
give you some bad news.
What?
I'm breaking up with you. We can no longer continue this relationship of ours, where every day one of us sends a photo of the bad food they're eating, which encourages the other to do it in the mindset of, well, he's still fucking up, so it it writes me a free bus ticket to take another trip to the buffet. You know,
But let me tell you this.
yeah.
You don't even know that you did this today, but you did. Are you ready for this?
No, but
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Can I? Before you even say that, I've been dying since I got home. I went.
Right.
We here's the setup. Before we get into what are you doing over there?
I know. Here we go. I'm trying to be quiet, and every fucking time.
Well, every time your quote "try to be
I'm
quiet"
trying to get something out from
end
under
quote
the counter, and you're
is a miserable failure. Like it's the opposite of try to be quiet.
right. I know. It's
Listen.
just stupid. I should just make it louder noise. It doesn't even matter at this point.
Can we? We need to get you a soundproof room with no objects in it. So we had to go test a backflow at a buffet, at a Chinese Japanese / buffet.
Okay.
And we were like just gonna bang it out, but the lady said that we couldn't do it until 1:00 when the manager got there, which meant we had to do all of our other work first, and then we had time to
Right.
kill. This was gonna be the last one, so we're like, well, let's kill it by having lunch at said buffet.
Why do I feel like this was Marco's idea, not yours?
It was totally mine because I'm the fat fuck.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm like, well, it only makes sense. We got to come back, you know. So I was any excuse to be a fat piece of shit. So
Right.
so yeah, I had like 3 plates of fucking food. It immediately hit me like on the way out the door of the restaurant. I'm like, oh my god, I'm starting to get a headache. I had to take my hat off because the slight pressure of the elastic band in the hat was killing me.
Well,
I get home. Well, hold on. I get
yeah.
home, pass the fuck out. Pass the fuck out.
Oh.
Like, so like where I had like someone called me on the phone and like 20 minutes later, it was like waking up in like a dead sleep. I was so out of it. I thought I had slept 5 hours and it had only been 20 minutes. I'm so fucked up. So I'm like done. I'm like done. I can't. This was the straw. This was the straw that broke the camel's back.
So here, listen.
Yeah.
You sent the picture of the buffet, and I said, "Good, he's eating bad. I can eat bad. Because
Right.
That's our game, right? That's our game,
Right. We've been, and
But
this
then-
game's gone on way too long.
right?" And I felt fine today. Like I haven't eaten today, so I was like, "Okay, I'm good. I've only had a cup of coffee." I said, "But you know what? I really feel like having either Chinese food or pizza. Like it was going to be one or the other." But then you messaged me and you said you had a headache.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat there in the car and I said to myself, I don't want to feel like that. I felt like that for the last 7 days because today's like says been 7 days straight. And I said, I have felt like that for 7 straight days.
Oh.
I don't want to feel like that. I said, I'm not, you know what I got? I got tuna and I ate a can of tuna.
Oh my god! Like someone trying to make weight for a high school fucking wrestling meet. Jesus
Well,
Christ!
but not only did I get tuna, then I spent $60 on keto desserts at Sprouts. But I'm having a healthy dinner tonight. I was going to have pizza, and I'm not. You having a headache and feeling like crap sparked me because I felt good today because I haven't eaten. I was like, I feel good today. I don't want to feel like that. I'm back on the wagon.
I'm having like slight cramps in my calf from all the carbohydrates sucking all the water.
Being pulled out of you.
Oh my god, I'm dying. Yeah, great. I'm so glad I've motivated you. I will say that I feel like that type of shit that you bought today, all the like quote keto carb foods like breads and ice cream and shit like that. I feel like that's not good when you restart the diet because
I don't care. I'm back.
Yeah,
derail me. I know your game, pal.
All right. What game? I'm all right. I'm legit trying to be helpful here, but I realize that because we're on the podcast right now, you would suspect me because I rarely have good intentions when we're fucking recording. I'm usually
I know you.
I'm usually trying to pull the chair out from under you while you're trying to sit down.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. So.
Well,
All right.
I got a lot of keto goodies. That's all I know. I'm not going to eat them all tonight.
Well, you
maybe
might.
I'll have some tonight. Maybe I won't. Listen, last night I have to confess this.
I'm laughing.
A pint.
I don't even know what it is.
I ate a pint of ice cream, not keto. A pint of regular ice cream, as if I was eating a pint of keto ice cream, and I ate the whole pint.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Dude, I don't, whether it's keto ice cream or regular ice cream, a pint is a pint. And if I open it and I start it, I'm going to finish it. I don't eat.
We're not quitters.
Who does? No. Who does? What? We're not. We're men. Okay. If we crack it open, we finish it. It's not.
Right.
Don't talk to me about serving size. Like I'm going to sit there and measure, 5/8 of a cup of something. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. No, not happening.
Right.
Right. No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you're still fat and I'm back on the wagon today.
Technically, I'm on the wagon too, as of like 2 hours ago.
Well, I've gained a good 12 solid pounds in New York, so I'm feeling it, man. I gotta do something here,
dude. I was sitting in the van right after we got out of the restaurant. I'm literally just sitting there, like all I did was walk from the restaurant to the van and sit down. And I turn and look at Marco and I go, I'm already out of breath.
Is he phased by this at all?
He goes, are you like that heavy breathing cat? And I go, no, that cat only breathes heavy when he sees food. I'm breathing heavy after eating it.
Wow.
I'm like telling that story made me sad.
Man.
I'm like,
here's the question.
I'm disappointed in myself.
Here's the real question. Were you, at any point, did you nod off in the car on the drive?
Oh, I went to.
That's the key right there.
Here's the thing. I like, as soon as the car started moving, the motion of the car made me go to sleep. Like I was being rocked like a little baby.
Like a baby.
Then we were just trying to kill time because listen, I don't care who's listening. The bosses aren't listening. They track our car. They have like a GPS. Right. So one day we ended work at like 12:30. We had done all our work, and so he and I live in the same apartment building. So like 2 days later, our boss Seth gets a thing from them, and it's a photo GPS tracking thing of the van, and the note says has not moved since like 12:30.
Oh my god!
So we were trying to kill some time, and I mean we get all our work done. It's like if they gave us more work, we'd do it. This was what we were given for the day. So we're like, all right, we'll kill some time. And before I ate, I said, all right, well, you got to go to Home Depot, and I'll hit Publix and do shopping for the weekend. By the time I had eaten, I didn't want to do anything. He gets to Home Depot. I go, I'm just going to sleep in the car, leave it running.
Oh, it was that bad.
And then we're heading home, and I'm like, I really don't need anything now because I just didn't want to walk through Publix that full.
Wow. That feeling is all. You literally made me not eat bad today because I did not want to feel like that.
Let me tell you something.
I'm 7 days of this and I'm good.
I literally made me stop eating after that meal.
God.
I'm done. Like I was like, I don't even want to buy. Like the other reason I didn't want to go shopping at Publix was because that would be food I would.
You don't even want to look at food.
No, I didn't want to look at food, but I didn't want to have anything to eat tomorrow. I'm like, I need a day to just stop eating everything. This is ridiculous. So,
wow.
Yeah. Well, sorry. That's just
man. Well, I don't know.
I feel like I derailed something where you were headed originally.
I wasn't. I was headed that I bought $63 in keto desserts from Enlighten brand, which they should sponsor me at this point, because I got to the register, and this is a good story. So I get to the register, and the lady behind me goes, "You want a cookie?" I was like, "Excuse me?" She's like, "I've been eating them as I'm shopping. You want one?" I was like, "No." Like, first of all, lady, I don't know you. You're digging your COVID hands in there. You want me to take a cookie? I was like, "No, I'm good." I said, I'm back on the wagon today, and I show her. She's like, "Oh, that's a lot of desserts." I was like, "It's keto. It's keto. It's okay." So the girl's ringing it up, and she's like, "Oh my God." She's like, I said, "It's all for me. I don't have a Sprouts by my house, and honestly came in here for some tuna, and I saw all this." So rings it up, and I said, "Do you have a cooler?" And she's like, "A cooler?" I go, "I got an hour drive home. This is all going to melt." I bought a bag of ice, and they didn't have coolers. They had bags. So I bought a bag with a bag of ice, and I dumped the ice inside this bag to put it in my car, and nothing melted. That's a veteran fat guy move right there.
I did that months ago when I think we stopped at the Publix for a bathroom stop, like either Marco or I had to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, "Oh, I should do some grocery shopping now since I'm here." And but everything I bought was like perishable, keep refrigerated types, like cold cuts and things like that. And I look at the clock, I'm like, "Oh, I got like 3 more hours to be in the truck." And they sold like half, those big bags of ice. They sold like half size ones. So I grabbed one of those and walked around looking for a styrofoam cooler, and they didn't have one. I did the exact same thing. When I checked out, I said, "Can you double bag them?" And I poured the ice in those bags and tied them off. And they sat
great move.
Yeah, they sat. I mean, the ice melts and fills the bag with water. But I had a couple of Home Depot buckets that I had put the bags of food in, so that when I grabbed
it lasted the whole hour home. It didn't melt or anything, and everything was good. And it's in the freezer now, waiting for my dessert tonight.
These are good.
I just don't know which one I'm going to go with.
These are good fat guy tips. I hope everyone listening.
Right. Well, I wanted to tell stories about my dad today.
Yeah.
Because it's funny, but I got to tell you something. I don't mean to derail this whole conversation.
I don't care. We're kind of at a stopping point anyway. So go ahead.
I'm on the phone with someone today. And
someone I know.
It was Eric, right?
Okay.
So we're talking, and I said, "Did I tell you about the Billy Fox podcast?" And he's like, "No." I was like, "How did I not tell him about it?"
Wait, he was there during this whole thing. We didn't tell him about it.
Listen, hold on. No, listen to this. You're good. This is a good story.
Oh my God.
He's like, "Podcast? You had Billy on the podcast?" I said, No. I said, we had a podcast about Billy, and he's like, "About what?" I go,
Stop it! I'm not laughing again for it. This is telling.
Hold on.
You're derailing it. Talk about derailing. This is the third week that we're talking about Billy farting. We can't stop losing our shit. This is a problem. We have a problem.
I was doing good. I was going to get the story out. But then I thought about what I was going to say before I said it.
You have to stop this.
He goes, "So wait, you didn't have Billy on, but you talked about Billy?" I go, "Hold on."
I'm glad you're not driving today.
I said, you can't even get it out. I say to him, I go, "You didn't hear Billy fart?" He's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I go, "When Billy was dying, he was choking. You didn't hear him fart?" He's like, "Billy farted?" Almost as if Billy like women poop, Billy farts.
Right.
I go, "Yeah, he was choking and he farted." He's like, "No, I didn't hear it." I said, "The best part is Ben comes over to tell me. I don't know he knows. He don't know I know. I'm telling him the whole story." I said, and I'm dying laughing. And I said, "But the best part is he goes and tells Billy, and Billy being so honest says, 'No, I farted twice.'" And he's like, he didn't know any of this story. So I'm telling him the story, but I'm laughing. He's not laughing at all. Like, he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And I'm crying because I'm picturing Billy just fucking full on bent over the counter, dying and just ripping a little apart. And he's like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "I'm crying." I was like, "I can't even. I'm driving. I had to stop." And oh wow, I can't even get it out without thinking about it.
You should.
But
You should have just let him listen to the podcast.
so, well, I was like, "You got to listen to it." He
Yeah.
was very confused as to what, because he didn't hear the whole situation. It literally was only me and you who heard this. Because Eric was there.
Right.
He
Yeah.
didn't hear it.
Yeah.
And Eric spent a lot of time with Billy too, like just as much as me. And he was like Billy farts? Like that's what he said. I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't think any of us knew Billy farted.
Yeah. As far as you were concerned, a dove came down and took it away.
right. So, I told that story to him today. I was dying laughing, and he's like, I don't get why you're laughing. I was like, you had to be there. Like,
I
got a headache now.
No, that's exactly what I was about to say. Is like, this food headache just got 10 times worse from laughing at that.
Yeah. Wow.
You're
I got a
killing
headache.
me with that.
Anyway, so I wanted to tell stories about my dad, which there is equally funny to me, but I was there for them.
Right.
And anybody who sees my dad on my TikTok knows he's like this New Yorker still. Like he's still like, you know, he talks to everyone. He's Mr. Sociable. But there's four stories. Okay, four. There's four stories I'm gonna tell. True stories. I was there for two of them. I was not there for two. But these are, I don't know how a human being can have these things happen to him. The first one, I was there for. He picks me up from the movie theater. I was 12 years old, right? You listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
To make sure that my connection didn't cut out. So
yeah,
he picks me up from the movie theater. We used to drive one of those big conversion vans with like the bed in the back and the Nintendo in there and all that shit back in the day. So we go to get gas, and he gets the gas. He gets in the car and he drives, and he like stops. And I was like, he's like, ah, shit. I'm like, what? He's like, nah, I just forgot something. And he gets out. He comes back in the car. And we pull out of the gas station, and when you pull out in Boca, I can visualize this gas station. You have to go and make a U-turn to go back towards our house. Well, when we make the U-turn, I see this Indian guy running outside of the gas station with throwing his hands up, screaming, and gas is pouring out of the gas thing. I'm like, what happened? My dad's like, don't worry about it. I forgot to pull the pump out. He ripped it out of the thing while the gas was pumping. It's shooting out all over the place.
Oh my God.
And here he is on 441 driving the other direction, and the guy is screaming, like going ape shit outside, and gas is squirting out. And my dad's like, don't mention this to anyone. I was like, what? I was like, are you gonna get in trouble? He's like, no, let's just say let's hope they don't find me.
Yeah, there weren't cameras back then. So what did your dad got out to take the pump out of the
thing,
tank?
right, but he didn't want me to know. Like he was trying to trick me or something. Right.
So this is funny because this happened to me, not with my dad, but when I was working for this guy Joe, total piece of shit. But I always have to throw that when I mention this guy. He drove a big truck, and only a few years ago. And we were at a gas station, and he was pumping, and I guess we both got distracted with discussion or whatever, and we just jump back in the truck and drive off, and the hose is still in the truck. But I think the difference is that back when your dad did it, when we did it, is that now they have the hoses detach, and it's made to separate if that happens, so that you don't have gas all over the place and don't blow the place up. And he starts. He did the same thing. He jumped out, took the hose out, and sped off because he was just super embarrassed. But
right. And that's what we did. So that's the first story. Now the next two stories I was not there for, and I've never heard this happen to anyone in my entire life.
Yeah.
And we should actually have my dad on the podcast one day because his stories are ridiculous. But he was driving on 95 with his windows down, and a bird flew in, hit him in the head, and got wedged in between the dashboard and the car. That's one.
Wait, what kind of bird?
Just like a regular bird. Just hit him in the head, went in the dashboard.
I mean, like
get it out.
Not like a big duck or something, like a smaller bird, though, right?
No, right.
Like a nest
bird,
in a tree bird.
Right.
Okay.
That's one. 2, I-95. He cut somebody off, The guy pulls up next to him. They're jawing at each other. My dad rolls down the window. The guy takes his sandal and throws it through the window and hits my dad square in the face and takes off. My dad's like, I got hit in the head with a sandal. I got the guy's sandal. The guy took off. He didn't even care about his sandal. He just was like, fuck this guy, I'm out. Hit him in the head with a sandal.
Listen,
I've never heard that happen to anybody in my life.
As far as I'm concerned, if I hit someone in the face with a shoe, I'm not expecting the shoe back.
Right. So that's 3 stories so far. Ready? And this this may be my favorite one ever. Well, I'll tell one, and then I'll tell the last one. I'll tell is my favorite one. Do you remember when McDonald's used to do the cheeseburgers for like
39 cents?
39 cents.
And the hamburgers were 29. My mom, because we have the same. You're a family of 6, right? Hello? What happened? Did you just hang up on me? Hello? What the fuck?
Hello?
Yeah, you there?
Move. The phone hasn't moved from the same spot.
All right, well, there you are now.
We're a family. We were 7 of us. There was 5 boys and then my mom and dad.
Okay, yeah, we were 4 kids and my mom and dad. So because it's like so on that Wednesday or whatever it was when that deal was, my mom would buy a bunch of them and keep them in the freezer. We'd eat them all week.
Right.
Look at this. More noise.
It's the work call. It's almost like the Mr. Perfect story. Like they don't want the story to be told. This guy's called me 3 times now. 3 times.
Do you want to pause?
Pause it for a second.
Yeah.
Pause it for a second.
All right,
pause.
I totally didn't pause.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah?
Very interesting.
Oh, that's right. Okay, let me get that now.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Get that now. Yeah.
All right, I'll do it.
Okay, we're on top of it.
All right, thanks.
Yep, you got it.
Did you stop recording or what?
No, I can't record it through that whole thing.
Anyway, so here, let me tell you the story. You remember the story, okay? The cheeseburgers, hamburgers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My dad goes in. We go through the drive-thru.
Yeah.
And, it was us, but I had friends over. So there was more of us. So he says, hey, I need to get, I want to get like 40 cheeseburgers. And the guy's like, yeah, I can't do that. He's like, why? He's like, there's a limit. He's like, well, what's the limit? He's like, it's 20. He says, all right, let me get 20. The guy gives him the 20. My dad gets the gimmick, whatever, goes around. He drives back around.
He just circles around again.
Circles back around. He says, let me get 20 cheeseburgers. The guy said, sir, were you just here? He said, yeah. He goes, limit's 40. Or the limit's 20. He says, yeah, you just sold me 20. I want another 20. I'm coming back around. The guy says, I can't do that. So my dad says, they're arguing back and forth. Now I'm embarrassed. I'm like 12 years old. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is so embarrassing. So my dad pulls up. He goes, I'm going to go inside. He goes inside. And he says, I want 20 cheeseburgers. The guy from the window goes, no, man. No, you're the guy. We're not selling them to you. 20's the limit. You're trying to get 40. My dad's like, yeah, but like, that's not how it works. And the guy's like, that is how it works. You're not getting the cheeseburgers. So my dad comes back outside. They won't sell me the cheeseburgers. He said, I'm going to get somebody else. He grabs a woman and asks her to go buy the 20 cheeseburgers. She goes inside, and the guy's like, I'm not selling them to you. They're for the guy out there. So now my dad's enraged.
He's like the kid trying to get an adult outside to buy him alcohol.
Buy cigarettes. Right, or something, right. So now he's enraged. He goes inside, and it's on. He is, like, going at this guy. I'll fucking kill you. Oh, the guy calls the police. So now I'm a kid. I'm like, oh, my God, my dad's going to jail for cheeseburgers.
39-cent cheeseburgers, yeah.
I'm inside now, like, trying to calm him down. He wants to choke this guy, right? So, right. So he's, like, pissed off. He's like, so the police come. And the cop's like, what's the issue? My dad's like, well, the guy's like, because he called, he's like, this guy wants 40 cheeseburgers. The limit's 20. And my dad's like, I understand. So the guy's telling him, oh, he's trying to con us. And the cop's like, Sell them the 20 fucking cheeseburgers. You wasted my time to come out here for fucking 20 cheeseburgers? And the guy's like, I'm not selling to him. He's like, sell them the fucking cheeseburgers. This is you literally. So the guy got like in deep shit. The police were pissed.
Yeah.
Because they called the cops out there for that. But I'll never forget that because I was a kid. I didn't know. Like, I thought my dad was going to fucking jail for cheeseburgers. Like, I thought that.
My mom would have just sent me inside with the money. Would have sent the kid in. Yeah.
He tells this story to everybody. Everybody. Remember the cheeseburger story? Like, he's so proud because he won. He got the extra 20.
He got over on McDonald's. Yeah.
Right. McDonald's, the police, everybody. He's a.
Hey.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill me.
You didn't record it.
I did record it. The last section of the podcast, I don't know what reason, the audio drops out. The recording, not like I heard you fine when we were doing it. It's just all chopped up. So we're gonna have.
What part?
Literally starts about 5 seconds into your final turkey story. And goes the rest of the way. So
I don't even remember what we talked about after that. It's from when you said you couldn't hear me, and you made it like it was my fucking phone. Get the recording on. No, get the recording on right now.
No. It was. I'm recording now because I have to finish the podcast. So I'm recording this to explain that that the last story, the one of your dad and the turkey, and my story which followed it with my family. By the way, I called my dad for follow up on that. So when we retell that on Wednesday's podcast, I'll have an update. So what is all that noise?
The fucking noise. You and the fucking noise. You're gonna blame me for that too? That's where the recording doesn't work?
Well, I will blame you for the noise. Yeah.
Amateur hour.
Listen, I don't know what the problem is.
Another good podcast.
Yeah, well, most of it got recorded.
The turkey story. What a solid story is not getting.
Well,
it's almost like. Well, let me tell you something.
Look at the bright side. It's like you had practice, and now you can tell it better next time.
Let me tell you this though.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
The Mr. Perfect story got cut off, right?
Yeah, but that was by acts of God. That wasn't like technical issues.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
My phone was ringing. My mom was texting me. It was almost like there was trying to be distraction, so I didn't tell the turkey story. And then it doesn't record.
I think next week's podcast has to be the makeup to cover all these stories that have been that by acts of God have been eliminated from previous podcasts.
And I swear to you, I hung up the phone with you to end the podcast, and my mom called me. And I tell you this? She called me.
Yeah.
It's like the story can't see the light of day.
Yeah. She had some kind of Italian radar going. She knew you were talking
talking
trash about the family.
Right. And if she hears the story, she's gonna kill my. No, it's gonna be my dad. Is gonna be like, why would you tell that story on the air? Why would you do that?
Listen, enough time has passed. You know, like the statute.
Right. It shouldn't even matter anymore.
Statute of limitations has passed. We will tell that story, my story, and the Mr. Perfect story next week. It has to happen.
It has to.
All right. Anyway.
Well, I'm going to eat some ice cream now because you've stressed me out.
Well, I recorded.
Keto ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, sure it is. I recorded this just so people will understand what happened.
Right. Understand that he's a fucking shadrool over there.
I figured I'd get a bigger foot in the ass than you gave me, so I'm.
I feel like you were blaming me. I need to go back and re-listen to this because you were like, "Oh, your phone's cutting out."
That was a different spot. That was a different spot.
No.
It was.
No.
It was a different spot.
I don't know about this.
All right. Well, hopefully this recorded. Bye.
Goodbye.